I received a message today that honestly left me sitting in silence for a few minutes. The kind of silence where you just stare at the screen. Not because you didn't understand the words, but because you wish you had misunderstood them. I'm going to read it exactly how she sent it. No editing. No dramatizing. And if this sounds like your life right now, I need you to listen carefully. Because this situation feels modern. It feels progressive. It feels like something people try to intellectualize. But emotionally, it hits somewhere very primal. Here's what she wrote. I don't even know how to say this without feeling embarrassed. My husband told me he wants to invite my best friend into our relationship. He says he loves me. He says he's not trying to replace me. He says it could be something we explore together. But the woman he wants to explore with is my best friend, the person I confide in, the person who knows my insecurities, the person who comes over for dinner, the person who has seen me cry. I feel sick thinking about it. I love my husband, but I don't want to share him, and I don't understand why he would even suggest this. Am I being insecure? Am I overreacting? Or is this as wrong as it feels? Please help me. Take a breath, because this isn't just about curiosity. This is about boundaries. This is about emotional safety. And this is about whether your marriage still feels like yours. First, let's be clear. You are not insecure. You are not dramatic. You are not old-fashioned. If you agreed to a monogamous marriage and your husband suddenly suggests bringing your best friend into it, your nervous system is reacting for a reason. Because this isn't neutral. It's destabilizing. Monogamy is not just a sexual agreement. It's a psychological structure. It tells your body, I am safe here. I am not competing here. I am not being compared here. When that structure is questioned, your body feels threatened before. Your husband is not asking to open the relationship randomly. He's asking to cross a boundary inside your closest circle. That's different. That's intimate proximity. And proximity amplifies emotional damage. Let's translate this carefully. When a husband says, it could be something we explore together, what he often means is, I'm attracted to her. And instead of managing that attraction privately, instead of setting internal boundaries, instead of protecting the marriage, he's trying to restructure the relationship around it. That's a power shift. He is introducing comparison, competition, and emotional risk inside your safest friendship. And that matters. Because once comparison enters a marriage, it does not leave quietly. You will start wondering, does he look at her differently? Does he laugh harder with her? Does she excite him in ways I don't? And here's the hard truth. If your best friend even entertains this idea, you now have two relationships at risk, not one, because loyalty should not need negotiation. Imagine saying yes. Imagine watching them flirt. Imagine pretending to be comfortable. Imagine wondering if he looks at her differently when she reads. Imagine wondering if she secretly enjoys the attention. You may think, maybe I can handle it. But jealousy inside marriage is not weakness. It's biology. You bonded under exclusivity. That bond does not just rewire overnight. Attachment doesn't adjust, because if someone calls it exploration, if you agree to something your gut rejects, resentment will grow, slowly, quietly, under the surface, And resentment destroys intimacy faster than boredom ever could. You won't just feel jealousy. You'll feel hyper-awareness. You'll analyze tone. You'll analyze glances. You'll analyze silence. And living in constant analysis is emotional exhaustion. Let's talk about her. If she is truly your best friend, her first response should be distant, immediate, firm, protective, not curiosity, not flattery, not let's talk about it. Loyalty has reflexes. It doesn't pause to consider opportunity. If she hesitates to shut it down, that tells you something. If she enjoys the validation, that tells you something. And that information matters. Because real friendship protects your marriage. Even when you're not looking.
You need clarity. Ask him calmly, why her? Why inside our closest circle? Why risk both my marriage and my friendship? Why introduce comparison where safety once existed? If he minimizes your discomfort, if he says you're overreacting, if he frames it as growth while ignoring your pain, that's not exploration. It's pressure. Growth does not override consent. And emotional safety cannot be redefined unilaterally. You are allowed to say, I am not comfortable with this, without explanation, without apology, without negotiation. A boundary is not control. It's clarity. You are not controlling his thoughts. You are defining your limits. If he wants to change the terms of your marriage, you are allowed to decide if you accept that. Marriage is mutual agreement, not one person updating the rules mid-game. And if he pushes after you say no, the issue is no longer about attraction. It's about respect, because someone who respects you does not pressure you into emotional risk for their curiosity. To the woman who wrote this, your discomfort is not insecurity. It is instinct. It is your internal alarm system saying, this feels unsafe. You don't have to compete in your own marriage. You don't have to share what you never agreed to share. You don't have to reframe pain as progress just to seem modern. And if protecting your peace costs you people, that cost may be cheaper than staying in quiet emotional torture. Love should feel safe. Not negotiated, not compared, not conditional, safe. What's your take on this? Drop it below. See you soon.